Welcome to Whiskey's the Journey. My name is Peter Fasciano. Today's Friday. I have another bottle battle coming at you. If you're not familiar with this segment, I'm a Whiskey Promiscuous channel. I have a whole bunch of stuff in my collection, and what I've done is matched up something. They're stickered on the bottom here. I'm going to pour them, nose them, taste them. I'm going to give you my thoughts, and then I'm going to let you know what I like the most. That one is very clear. And then I'm going to reveal to myself, and that one is really dark. Holy cow. Okay, and they're peated. I can already smell it. Oh, the sticker fell off. Give me 1 second. So I just looked for that for about 5 minutes, and it was actually stuck on the arm of my chair underneath the little pad that I have here. Crazy. So if you're new to the channel and you end up liking what I'm doing here and you're not subscribed, do me a favor, subscribe to the channel. Turn that bell notification on because I produce videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And a quick reminder, I do have a monthly giveaway happening, so if you're interested in supporting the channel, all the rules to the giveaway are in the description below. All right, I'm going to start with the glass helmet. Right, this is crazy. Again, I don't really concentrate too much on color, but this is like having two different color eyes. You got a clear and a really dark. And like I mentioned before, as soon as I poured it, I can smell that they are peated. So I don't have a whole lot of blended scotches in my collection. So my guess is this is going to be a single malt scotch matchup. And I don't really have a whole lot of peated other types of whiskey like Japanese or Irish or American single malts. So I'm guessing that this is going to be a scotch, a scotch single malt matchup. All right, on the nose, again, it is very peated. And if you've been here for a while, you know peat falls into three categories: medicinal, campfire, and smoked meat savory. This is coming across as a little bit of a campfire along with a little bit of smoked meat savory. You get some good amount of malt along with a very high intensity, like cracked black pepper note. And there is a tremendous amount of vanilla back behind all of that. This is a very vibrant glass. Spice, malt, pepper, vanilla. Doesn't smell like a typical single malt that is finished in anything. And my guess is, based on the color, this might be a regular single malt and this might be a finished single malt. I'm not sure. But what I think I am sure is it's a single malt. Yeah, along with the vanilla note, there is also like a peach note coming through, like a grilled peach. Typically, I would usually get like a grilled peach and a grilled pineapple. I'm not getting grilled pineapple, but there is a very light fruit note that appears to be grilled in some way. It smells refreshing and crisp. You know what? Almost like a fruity Speyside would be. It has that crisp, refreshing note to it, but it's also peated. Yeah, it smells amazing. Go ahead and get it on the palate. Wow, that is really good. Cracked black pepper spice. That vanilla is coming through. There is a straightforward aspect to this. There is a really strong cracked black pepper note that is elevating the spice. And then immediately following that, there is a really good amount of vanilla. The sweet and spice is balanced really well. Whatever distillate or distillery this is coming from, I think the distillate itself or the whiskey from that distillery, that profile is really shining through. Nothing is really hiding what this bottle or this glass is offering. It is straight up, straightforward, fruity, crisp, refreshing with hints of, well, not hints of, it's like in your face, pepper and vanilla. Like I mentioned, a fruity, crispy Speyside scotch that is peated. That's what I'm getting vibes of here. That's really good. Let me go ahead and move on to glass number 2 and see what we're dealing with here. This smells like raisins, dates, figs, and plums. I'm wondering, and you've got to remember, I put all of these matchups together, so they're in here for a specific reason. And I think I have an idea of what this matchup is just because of the color differences and this coming across as vanilla and this being raisin, date, fig, and plum. You already know what it is because I flashed the bottle up, but I'm just going to say it here. I think this is the Kilkerran Sherry and the Kilkerran Bourbon. I think that's what it is. All right, so In the nosing of this one, I do get the sherry finish or the sherry notes that are coming through, but I also get a pretty, I don't want to say harsh, but there is a pretty good amount of cracked black pepper and again, a whiskey distillate behind it. Maybe it's distinctive to the distillery, but there are similar notes in both of these if you take out the vanilla and the sherry. And I'm thinking that's just the backbone of the actual distillate itself from the distillery. Okay, other than the sherry notes, I still get a good amount of vanilla. That cracked black pepper note is still here. It's not as crisp or refreshing as glass number 1. But if you've been here for a while, you do know that I like sherry finished or sherry matured whiskey. And this is not disappointing. And then on top of that, I like peated. So we're adding a sherry along with the peat note, and that's just right up my alley. All right, let's go ahead and get this thing on the palate. Well-rounded, sweet. It's not as vibrant or as hot or explosive as glass number 1, but there's a more rounded feel to it on the palate. It doesn't hit your tongue like a jackhammer. It is good. I mean, glass number 1 is good, but it really hits your palate like full force. There is a drinkability of this one that number 1 is lacking. And I don't want to lose the fact that both of these are very crisp and refreshing. This is more subdued. And I've used this analogy before. This glass number 1, is screaming, and this is a little bit more of a whisper. Hitting your palate, number 1, hitting your palate like a jackhammer, and number 2, just kind of gliding over things and coating things quite a bit. Let me go ahead and get a second sip of glass number 2. Then I'll go back to glass number 1, and I think I should have a decision by then. There's no reason for me to go off air. So second sip, glass number 2. Yeah, this is good. Lighter, and this is going to sound a little bit contradictory, but there are lighter notes of dark fruit in here. It's more subtle. I like the way that it coats the tongue. I still do get that sherry influence of the raisin, date, fig, and plum. And then on top of that, go ahead and add that smoked log, peaty, smoked meat kind of things. And this is a very well-rounded, complex, saturating type single malt that's peated. I like this quite a bit. Let me go ahead and go on to glass number 2. But before I do that, let me get a sip of water and clear my palate a little bit. All right, second sip, glass number 2. Same as the first sip, this hits pretty hard with the cracked black pepper and vanilla. That grilled peach note is coming through. I really do like the balance of the sweet and spice in glass number 1. It does tend to drink a little bit hotter than glass number 2. I still think it is pretty crisp and refreshing. It still does remind me of a fruity, crispy Speyside single malt. It's well developed. The concentration of flavors are really here. There is a pretty good depth. That finish goes on forever. But again, it's hitting with a jackhammer of flavors. It's not as well constructed or well rounded as glass number 2. So because of that, I am going to put glass number 2 over glass number 1, but I can see myself going for either one of these. I think it would be a mood pour. If I'm not really looking for a sherry influenced single malt, I can definitely see myself going to this one. I like them both, but at this moment of time with this battle, I like glass number 2 more than glass number 1. So let's go ahead and figure out what I was drinking. I think I have an idea of what this is. I think they're Kilkerran's bourbon matured and sherry cask matured. And, oh, I still have a little bit in here. But yes, this is the Kilkerran 8, the bourbon cask matured, and this has to be the Kilkerran 8 sherry. And it is. Let me go ahead and grab the bottles, remind myself of the ABV, the price, and then anything else that I need to say. Be right back. All right. So the sherry was over here, and holy cow. Okay, so these are cask strength. That probably explains why the bourbon is hitting my palate like a jackhammer. So this was $119.99. This is the Bourbon Cask Matured 8-year cask strength, 55.8% ABV. The Sherry Cask Matured cask strength, 8 years, 57.5. So this did not drink as harsh or as hot as the bourbon. And I don't know if that's just because of the sherry. And this was also $119.99. They're both 750 milliliter bottles. They're 8-year cask strength. They're coming from the same distillery. And I think the reason why I put this in here, and I think I know why I put it in here, I wanted to test my palate to see if I was leaning a little bit more towards a bourbon cask matured single malt over a sherry cask. Over the past maybe year, I think I have been tending to go towards a little bit less cask influence. And I think that bourbon cask matured here is shining through. I do get that clean, crisp, refreshing notes coming through the bottle, but I think maybe the cask strength, I wonder how this would act with water. I think the cask strength is the reason why I chose the sherry over the bourbon. They're both very good. Let me know in the comments down below if you have had either one of these. And let me take a look. I think this was the 2022. So this is 23/11/22. So this is the 22 release. And I think this one is also the 22 release. I just got to be able to catch the light, right? The sherry is the 24/1/23 release. So this is the 2022 release. This is the 2023 release. If you have had any of the previous releases or the newer releases, let me know what you think of them. Which one do you prefer? Are you a sherry cask matured or a bourbon cask matured single malt Scotch person? Let me know in the comments down below. Don't forget the giveaway. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. Turn on that bell notification. And with all of that, I think the only thing left to do is blend these together and see what we are dealing with. So just a little bit of a little bit more of an explanation. My July giveaway is unfortunately US participants only. I can't ship anything overseas. If you are interested in supporting the channel, there's a heart with a $sign underneath the video. A $5 donation or a $5 support of the channel will get you one entry into the giveaway. And what you end up getting, if you end up winning, is a First Friday Flight Fight. This month was the Lagavulin. So you automatically get 6 2-ounce samples of the Lagavulin flight. And then what you can do is choose 6 2-ounce samples of anything else that I reviewed in the month of July. And I need to start paring down or reducing my inventory. So I have a whole bunch of open bottles that may have 2, 4, or 6 ounces taken out of it. They're sitting on my shelf. I've already reviewed them. I'm not going to be doing anything with them. So what I've decided to do is start throwing in an open bottle into the giveaway winner as well. So not only you're getting a mostly full bottle, but you're also getting 12 2-ounce samples of whiskey. If you win, it's an extraordinary deal, I think. So if you are interested in that, again, read the description. All the rules are there. And if you've made it this far and you've liked what I'm doing and you're not subscribed to the channel, please do me a favor, subscribe to the channel. Leave a comment. Let me know if you've had either of these. I know Kilkerran is the sister distillery to Springbank. Kilkerran and Springbank are very highly sought after. For some reason or another, we get these in Phoenix all the time, along with Springbanks. 10, 15, 18. They always seem to be on the shelf somewhere. If you're ever in the Phoenix area and you're looking to pick up some Kilkerran or Springbank, just visit some of the stores. They should be there. All right. I think this is a good mixture, a good marriage of the two of these. I'm not getting that overt spice, that really strong cracked black pepper note that I was getting from the bourbon by itself. I think the sherry has lessened the shouting that's coming out of the glass. It's not as robust. And again, there's also a good combination of those sherry notes. All right, let's go ahead and get it on the palate. Yeah, I mean, it's good, but it's not something that I think I would mix or blend. There's still a pretty good amount of heat coming through. There's a more subtle black pepper note. There's a little bit of bitterness, a little bit of malty. There is like a rising wood note that is sinking underneath the tongue. Not that big of a fan of. I like these separate. So that's where I'm going to leave it today, wherever you are at in your journey. I hope you're enjoying it. Until the next time, we'll talk to everybody later. Bye.